Alrighty, what's going on, guys? My name's John. Welcome to the first in the series of the Final Cut Pro Crash course I'm going to be doing. In this series, we're going to be talking about a basic walkthrough of Final Cut Pro. So if you're new to the program, new to editing, new to video softwares, all we're going to be doing is opening up the program, looking at the fundamentals and the essentials to get you started. So basically, all I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Final Cut Pro right away. There's no fiddling around. I don't have any other add-ons or plugins or any of that sort for Final Cut Pro at this moment. I just have the Final Cut Pro program on its own. So we'll open that up, wait for that to open, and then we can get started. So when you open up this program, you should find everything in sort of a kind of layout. Everything should be sectioned off into each area. Across the top left, we have your library. Right dead center at the top, we have where everything will be seen. Your top right will be the inspector, and then you have the bottom, which is your timeline, and then the bottom right, which is your effects library. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and this is your event library. This is where everything's going to be brought. This is where all your files are going to be named, etc. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to create a I'm actually going to go in here and I'm going to double tap and create a new event. Okay, so I'm going to call this crash course, because this is what it is, right? I'm teaching you guys what you're doing. Anyway, first of all, right when you get your crash course, you want to create a new project. And generally, I like to keep the same name of the event as the same of the project. So I'm going to call this the crash course as well, just so we don't have any confusion later on. So right from there, you're going to have nothing. You're going to have absolutely no files in there whatsoever. You're just going to have the event name. So what you want to do is you want to import your files. Now you may have a camera connected to your computer, or you may have a video file on your desktop or wherever that may be. So just import that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a screencast I have, and I'm just going to use that. Okay. So once you've done that, you have the file up here. And once you highlight it, you're going to see these yellow kind of bars around it, which is going to say that that clip is highlighted, and you can click these and drag for different sections of the actual clip itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a little part of that clip, go ahead, click and drag it down, and now it's in our timeline. So once you have that in the timeline, you can go ahead and press spacebar, and that will show that it's playing, etc. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to grab another section of this, go ahead and section off another piece, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So I have two different clips. So that's two different clips we can work with and play around with. So from there, I'm going to show you guys how to kind of cross two clips into one. So I'm going to show how to get one clip evenly to another clip. So you see how that's a pretty sharp transition. I'm going to show you guys how to make that a rather easy transition. And what we're going to do for that is we're going to go over to this effects tab. Now you're going to see different tabs here, and you're going to see this is the video effects tab, which is going to be color and different things like that. This is pictures, so you can add pictures into the actual video itself. Music, add an audio track. Transitions, text, and titles, generators, and we have themes. I'm going to go ahead and go to the transitions, and when you open it up, it's going to be an all. Now all is going to list off every transition there is, but the most common one and the most one I use is going to be the cross dissolve. And if you can't find that, go under dissolves, and it should be there. So all you have to do is click and drag and put that right in between the two clips, and you'll notice right away when we go ahead and play that back, looks beautiful, soft, nice, and straightforward. You get it? Simple. Alright, so now what I'm going to show you guys is how to add sort of a title or a introduction or an outro. You're going to go ahead back to the effects tab, and you're going to go to titles. Now they have a whole bunch of presets here for you, just simple blurs, different ones like that. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a what should I grab here? Now I'll go ahead and grab the blur. It's the most common one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drag that right in front of our first clip, and I'm going to go ahead and title that quickly. So you can go ahead and make sure the clip is highlighted, and then you can go ahead and edit the text, and you can use all the parameters on the side here in your inspector tab. So I'm going to go ahead and call this tutorial. Okay, cool. And so when you go ahead and restart your video, play it back, it's going to show your text in there, and it should fade out at the end. And then you're going to see it's going to skip right into that, and it's going to be another harsh transition. So we're going to go ahead right back into the transitions tab, put it in a cross dissolve, and it's going to sound, or it's going to look nice and sweet. It's going to be a nice little transition. But to make that even more smooth, what we're going to do is we're going to add a sort of dark sort of fade into the actual video itself. So we're going to go ahead into this clip here, and you're going to see a little tab here. You're going to go ahead and click that, and that's going to bring up a menu of all these different things to go through. So you can go through the effects, the color adjustment, audio enhancement, show video animation, show audio animation, etc. We're going to go to the show video animation, and it's going to bring up all these different things here. What we're going to be working with is the compositing opacity, and we're going to go to this little box here and click that up. And what that's going to do, it's going to show the opacity for the whole clip. So all you have to do is take these little points here, these little ticks, and you can drag that wherever you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that there, and that's going to give a nice little smooth transition. So when we drag this back, it's going to play tutorial, and it's going to fade in and take a while to get to that full opacity, and it's going to look great. So now that we have that, I'm going to add another compositing, another transition right at the end here for this clip here. We're going to make it fade out. So we can go to show video animation, we go back to opacity, and we're going to use the last tick in this situation because we want to fade out. So you're going to go ahead and click that, and that will add a nice smooth transition. We can press play, we can watch it. It's going to be all nice and smoothly faded out, and it comes to the end. There we go. Looks fantastic. So now that you've seen that, you've seen how you can add a title. You've seen the cross dissolve to create a smooth transition between effects and clips. You've seen the opacity changes on clips. Now what we can go over is adding a simple audio track over whatever we're using. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a song here, and it's rather simple. All you have to do is just kind of, oh, come on. You want to wait till that yellow line comes up, and then it goes right to the end. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way over here and bring this way back, since our clip is only around 17-20 seconds. There we go. So we're going to do that. It's going to line up right away. It should lock in place once you get close enough to the end there. And what's cool about the audio is if you want to fade it in or fade it out, they have these green little dials there. I don't know if you guys can see those. I'll try and zoom in a little bit. But they have these green little dials when you kind of, what do you call it? Just highlight it, I guess, or hover over the actual audio tab. All you have to do is click that, drag, and it creates a nice smooth audio fade in and audio fade out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fade that both in and out, and then our clip is ready to be produced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to share, and that is going to open up different ways to share your video once it's finally produced. And I'm going to go to export movie because that creates the best quality and the best way to produce that. So once you've done that, it opens up this, and you can preview your video here. Oh Jesus! And you can watch it there. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to export. We're going to go to H.264, and that's going to be the best codec you can use to produce your video. It's going to get the highest quality, etc. And then after export, you're going to do nothing. And if you go to the summary, you're going to see that automatically it's going to go into an HD mode, which is going to be 1280 by 720 at a frame rate of 30 frames per second standard. If you guys are curious on how to edit that, I'm going to go ahead and cancel and show you guys how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and we're going to go to File, Project Properties, just to make sure we're working in a kind of high definition workspace. So we're going to go over here, we're going to highlight the one we're working on, and we're going to go over to the tab over here in the top right, and we're going to go down to this wrench. And what this wrench is going to do, it's going to bring out the actual video properties, audio properties, and the name of your event. So we're going to go to the video properties and create a standard 720p HD video in the 1280 by 720 resolutions at a frame rate of 30 per second. And everything else is perfect there. I don't use anything else. This is all perfect. So we just press OK, and it's good to render. So once you've done all that, you can go ahead back to share, export movie, and once it's exported, the quality is outstanding and it's easy to use, and the render time is fairly short. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything you guys want me to change or add to this video, I will do that in a further video or a future video, let me know in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name's John. I'll see you guys later.